You're now tuned into Radical Radio with Coach L.
Switch my attitude. I'm so radical. 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 I'm so radical.
Radical Radio is designed to get to the heart of our guest stories. Oftentimes you see people moving and they make it look so easy. Many don't know the story behind the journey, the heartache, the disappointment, the wins, or even the loss. What has it cost you? We are removing the stigma of judging a book by its cover and gaining perspective from our guests in the most radical way, in their own words. Testimonies are meant to be shared to help others move forward. That's the radical way, y'all. Let's go. You can't heal what's hidden, and you can't break chains you don't acknowledge. The word says the truth shall set you free. Be true to yourself and allow the plan that God has had for your life to live. That's radical, living unapologetically bold and purposely authentic. Stay tuned for the radical coaching moment of the day.
Alrighty, hello. I hope everybody has had a good day today. I am here with Miss Alicia and Miss Dimples. I'm going to allow them to go ahead and introduce themselves. I am Jordan Yarbrough, and I will be your host tonight. Miss Dimples, can you go ahead and introduce yourself for us?
Sure. My name is Anjanetta Dimples Bryson. I am the executive director of Taylor's Toolbox, and nonprofit. It's been around for, I think, 2017 when I initially got started. Thank you for having me on the show.
Miss Alicia?
Train them up, a mentoring program.
All righty, so let's go ahead and dive into what Black Girls Rockland County is. So can you give us insight of what Black Girls Rockland County is?
Okay, Black Girl Rockland County is a group of Black women.
Ms. Dimples, do you have any insight of what Black Girls Rockland County is?
So actually the initiative actually started maybe about 3 years ago. There was a group of young women that kind of kicked off the whole Black Girls Rockland County theme. And then Alicia and myself, we kind of picked it up the following year, 2019. And the purpose around Black Girls Rockland County is to recognize, promote, network, and build women businesses and entrepreneurship. So that was the theme around Black Girls Rockland County, was to identify women-owned businesses, particularly Black businesses, but we are inclusive to all women-owned businesses for that purpose. So it actually started when Alicia and I got involved in 2019. Alicia, you want to go ahead and add something on to that? We lost you for a minute.
Oh, no, you did a great job. I'm sorry, I hit the wrong, I tapped something and it went away. But yeah, basically what she said, we just wanted to have an opportunity to showcase and just give a shout out to all our entrepreneurs and let people know that, we encourage buying black. So we decided to, give them that exposure through the first actual event, which was a photo shoot and a networking event.
So, Alicia, how would viewers get connected with Black Girls Chocolate County?
What was that question?
How would viewers get connected with Black Girls Chocolate?
I didn't hear the question either, Jordan. Can you say it again?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How would viewers get connected with Black Girls Chocolate County?
How are we connected to Black Girls Chocolate County?
How would viewers get connected?
Okay, so I think the question is how did we get connected with Black Girls Chocolate County? Is that the question?
Right.
Okay. You want to go, Alicia?
Well, we've been Dimples and I have been at it for a long time. We've been trying to come together with something of this type of magnitude or something like this. We just sort of like let it fall by the wayside, got really busy in our own personal lives, and we just decided, we work well together when it comes to this type of these type of events. We both have that same goal in mind, and that is just to build our community. So we've always had the idea in our memory bank. We just decided to put it toward fruition recently.
And yeah, so similarly, Alicia and I, we both have our own established nonprofits. And one of the things that we want to try to do in our community is network and collaborate more. So this is definitely a collaborative effort between nonprofits, social enterprises coming together to bring, programming and support to Lake County. So now that I understand the other question was how can our viewers, any entrepreneurs, any business members, anybody that has a hobby, that's thinking about monetizing that hobby, how can they get connected to Black Girls Rock Lake County? You can find our Facebook page on Facebook. Black Girls Rock Lake County is a great way to connect with us. Follow the page. There's always information and tidbits about what's coming next. You can inbox us. So we have started a mail-in and distribution list. So that is one way that anybody that is interested in either participating as a participant or a Black girl that rocks, that's another way. But also if you are a sponsor or a nonprofit or somebody else that wants to be an ally to our cause, please reach out to us this way as well.
Yes, Black Girls Rock isn't just like a me and Dimples thing. It's a movement. It's not a corporation or a company, or it's a movement. So we welcome anybody who have any ideas on any way that we can grow our community, any way we can encourage and empower our women. We welcome anybody to bring your ideas. Hey, we work with you, work for you, work beside you. It don't have to be us. It can be you, but you just need the platform to get whatever it is that you want to do out there in the community.
Yes, ma'am. So why is this movement so important?
Go ahead, Dimples.
I think this movement is important for a lot of reasons. If you look at all of the statistics, women, particularly Black women, are graduating with degrees quicker than any other group. Black women are opening businesses quicker and faster than any other groups. However, they're probably not doing it correctly. Like when I opened up my business, started my business, I did everything wrong. It was trial and error. So one of the reasons that we're trying to do this is so that people don't have to do the whole trial and error thing. We're connecting them with experts in the fields so that they can get their businesses set up properly the first time around. So I hate rework. So if we can get them set up and get all of their information and get everything going from Jump Street, they'll be off to have a good foundation, and they can often be running and doing business and conducting business the right way.
Yes, ma'am. Miss Alicia?
Yeah, basically piggybacking off what she said, we we know there's a lot of women out there. There's a lot of business out there, women-owned business, and we know some parts of that business is missing, that they maybe just didn't understand how to go about getting it, whatever. So we want to make sure that your business is set up for success, set up to grow, set up to get the benefits that you're looking to get from it, and not just have like a hobby, but we want you to be able to take your business and have a real business. So like she said, whatever information you need, I mean, to set up a nonprofit is totally different from just setting up an LLC or, a S Corp. It's always different steps. So you might have somebody want to do a nonprofit. It's going to take you a lot more steps than just to go on the state of Illinois and do an LLC. So we want to make sure that you are structuring the right business or whatever the service or product that you're trying to push.
Yes, ma'am. So, Ms. Alicia, what impact do you want to bring to Lake County with Black Girls Rock Lake County?
I just want to bring an economy system where even let me just say, I work for the housing authority, right? So I know that right now in the Lake County, we may have over 5,000 voucher holders out there. And that's, not everybody wants to do a 9 to 5. Some people want to venture out and do their own thing. I believe everybody have a gift or a talent. They just need help in unlocking it. So that's what I want to bring to Lake County. I want us to build something where we have our own. I think Dimples put something up there today about coming together and, maybe investing in real estate together, like just growing our community, just making sure that we all can leave a legacy or some type of future for those that follow behind us.
Yes, ma'am. So what impact would you like to leave, Ms. Dimples?
The impact that I would like to leave is strong families, strong communities. And I think that starts with having a sense of economic responsibility, understanding financial literacy and responsibility. And so those are some of the things that I want to try to bring to our community. More collaboration. I think that, we 50 plus women showed up in 2019 to our event that we didn't even know existed in our community. All types of goods and services I didn't know existed, right? Similarly, this year, 50 plus women showed up, right? Different products and services. So once we really understand, what is available to us to buy from each other, we can then keep the money in our communities a lot longer, right? Statistics show that minority businesses hire from within their community, right? So we can stand up more businesses in the Black community. We can hire our kids, the neighbor, right? We can start building that Black Wall Street again in different communities. So we definitely have disposable income when we want to have disposable income. So instead of shopping outside our community, once we get the awareness out there that a lot of these goods and services are actually within our community, then we can help build a better ecosystem for us in the Black community.
Yes, ma'am. So what ages are you guys targeting for your organization?
Anyone with the understanding, we know we can't get a 3 or 4 year old. So anybody that with the understanding. So there's no age when it comes to what you can do, but we would prefer, anywhere from women from adult age, whether it be 18 to, you can be a late starter like myself. And, so we won't discriminate at no certain age, but 18 to 80, you're 80 years old, you decided that, hey, I always wanted to push for my apple pie. Hey, bring your apple pie on. We're not going to say, well, we don't really work with older people. We work with anybody that need the help. We're going to try to get you the resources regardless of what age you are. Even if, you have a child and she wants to do a business, we're going to make sure we get you the resources. So there is no age.
Yes, ma'am. We have a comment online from the Queen of Radical Radio. She said, will you be distributing the Black Girls Rock Lake County directory?
Yes. So all of we actually have a running list of women-owned businesses, Black women-owned businesses from the last 2 years. So we're putting that information together along with their company profile information. So it'll be company logo, business website, contact information, their product or service. So that is in the works. It's just that, two of us trying to do full-time job, family, our nonprofits, our for-profit, and then Black Girls Rock Academy. So, the labor is much, but the workers are few. I think I messed that up.
Workers are few. Amen. Yes, I know. The labor is much, the workers are few. We're trying to get so anybody, like I said, we open the doors. It's not a me and Dimple and Janetta thing. It's a me and everyone thing. So come on out. Let's get this going. If you have those skills and talent, then we can. You want to help out. We welcome everybody.
Yes, ma'am.
Me
so,
and you. Me ain't got something to contribute. They can bring it to.
Yes, ma'am. So what makes your group so unique?
Which group?
Black Girls Rock.
Black Girls Rock?
Yes, ma'am.
I wouldn't call it unique. I would just, I like to say just energy. And I wouldn't say it's unique because it's anybody can stand up and say, hey, I want to do a Black Girls Rock event. So we don't own Black Girls Rock. Like I said, it's more of a movement than anything that make it unique. You see Black Girl Rock on BET. It's women just recognizing entrepreneur women. So it's not really unique to that point. It's unique to the fact that we keep trying to come up with creative ideas to bring everybody together and supply them with the resources that they need. But it's not really that unique.
So I think that actually our group is very unique. Our group is very diverse. The youngest participant we had, I think she was 24. She had just invested in her first real estate property. And then we had all the way up to, we've had some very seasoned and mature. We have nonprofits in the organization. We have products, hair care, skin care. But I think what makes us unique is, like Alicia pointed out, it's the vibe, it's the supportiveness. Whenever we've gotten together so far, it's just been love. And I think that is rare when you get women, right? You get 50 women in the room to align on something. But because we all came with passion and purpose and intent, that I think that makes it unique. The mix up of women that get involved and participate, it's unprecedented. So we want to see that number grow.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I can agree with Dimples on that. Yeah, so I guess that is unique, because not very seldom can you bring. And I think our heart, we have nothing but good intentions for everybody. There's no one smarter than the next one. It's like, hey, if I can learn from you, I'm gonna take what I can learn too. So I guess there is a slight uniqueness to us. Yeah, I agree.
So, Ms. Dimples, why do Black Girls Rock?
Oh my God, Black Girls Rock because we are so resilient, right? I think that we have a way of looking at opportunities. I'm gonna call them opportunities, right? Because every bad situation is not a bad thing. It just makes you look at things a little differently. So a lot of Black women they accept the challenge, right? We got lemons, we made lemonade, right? They gave us chitlins, we seasoned them and cleaned them up and cooked them, right? So, and also Black Girls Rock because we're able to multitask, right? So we're all doing like 9 different things, right? And we making it happen. So I think that our endurance, our tolerance, and just kind of being able to kind of just get stuff done, like Black Girls Rock.
Yes, ma'am. So, Miss Alicia, specifically, why do Black girls rock in Lake County?
Black girls rock because for all those reasons Dimple said, but I feel like the same that I think we just got that, we just empower each other. You know, when we come together, we're a movement, we're unstoppable. And when we you know, we don't hold back. So we're very boisterous with our ways. And I think we make up of a group of diverse women within the Black Girls Rock. So it's like, you know, you got some of us that's just energy, and you got some that just laid back. I mean, like she said, we rocking everything. We if you got a group, we're gonna come to your group. We're not gonna say, oh, we don't do Queen of Purpose. We're gonna support them in any way we can. We're gonna support anything that another Black woman is trying to do, regardless. You know, if I may not want your product, but I'm gonna support your product, and I'm gonna push your product, and I'm gonna put it out there for somebody else that may want it. So it's no, you know, it's just no hate when it comes to Black Girl Rock. You know, we just gonna do what we do to make sure that everybody shine. And I just like the fact that we empower each other. So that's what it is to me. It's letting everybody shine. We all got the stage. There is no background. We are the front singers. We, you know, nobody does backup. We are front.
Yes,
I can't sing either.
Somebody can. Right, I can't sing, but I do backup. So that's what makes us, you know, rock, is that we don't care where part of the stage we stand on. We're gonna stand on there with you, and you know, and support you. So I don't need to be in the limelight.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So if people want to get connected or donate, what do they need to do, or how do they get there in order to donate and just, you know, be a supporter if they necessarily don't want to be involved, you know, in part of the movement?
So one way to participate is to share, right? This video right here, share it. Share the video. That's one way that you can proactively support not just Black Girls Rock, but also support this podcast, because this podcast is getting information out there, disseminating information, and that is our biggest challenge in our community, is lack of information, lack of knowledge. So, and then with businesses, right? Your girl done opened up her business, or she's doing nails, or they got a degree, share that information. So sharing is one way that you can always support. The next way you can support is financially supporting. Cash is king. I took accounting 101. Financial support is always great. You can reach out to us, like I said, on Black Girls Rock, Lake County, our Facebook page, inbox us. I'm on Facebook. Alicia's on Facebook. Feel free to reach out to us through our pages. Also, we're going to talk a little bit later about our own nonprofits that you can also reach out to us too. So those are some of the ways, like off the bat, that you can definitely support. But the biggest thing is share. If there's something positive going on, or something that you like, or you think that it might not be a blessing to you, it could be a blessing to somebody else. So I always try to share, because there's enough bad imagery about our community, about the Black community. A lot of the good stuff gets pushed at the bottom. So share.
Want to add on, Miss Alicia?
I agree. Sharing, to me, word of mouth is the best support you can give anyone. You know, yes, cash is king, and yes, you need cash to make some of these events happen. So even if it's not your cash, if you can just go to, you know, some people that can sponsor us, or whenever we have an event, we always seeking sponsors. So even if you can't do it, even if you just say, hey, I'm going to talk to my organization, my company, them other people's job, that's what I call them, the other people's job, you know, then talk to them about what they can do. So basically just help us make it happen. Whatever, nothing is too small. Make it happen. Whether you donate t-shirts or, you know, coffee mugs, whatever it is, nothing is too small. So to me, that's support right there. So I mean, monetary, your time, your gifts, whatever you contribute, that's how you can contribute to Black Girls Rock. Whatever your heart tells you to give.
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna move on and we're gonna talk about the businesses and services that you guys provide on your own. So, Miss Alicia, would you like to start us off with talking about your businesses and your nonprofit?
Okay, so Train Them Up again is a nonprofit organization for children ages 5 to 12. The scripture says, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they grow old, they will not depart from it. I'm a firm believer that you have to get them while they're young. 5, when they're not so impressionable. And I just feel like when you teach them self-discipline, how to self-respect, help with their just getting them the proper tools that they need in order to move forward in life. So that's what we do. So basically, I promote workshops for children. I try to make sure my workshops are always going to provide some type of lesson that they can carry into their adulthood with them. I'm going to make sure that they always leave with an experience. I always think about the things that we had back when I was a child, 4-H club, brownies. I ain't trying to date myself, so don't y'all be like, who's she? Oh, what is 4-H? But we learned how to do crafts and different things and how to market those things. So I want to teach our young people how to, they have gifts, they want to do stuff. So we want to teach them how to market their product, how to teach them how to move forward so that they won't have to wait till they're older to learn it. We want to teach it to them while they're young. We want to teach the young men. I've been really reading. Years ago, we purchased some books from a guy who talked about, the conspiracy to destroy Black boys, So let's read about those conspiracies so we can counteract them and we can prevent them, so we can remove those barriers so that our Black boys can grow up to be successful Black men. Yes, so that's what Train Them Up does. So we just want to give them experience. And then I have a for-profit, which is called Perfectly Imperfect, because it may not be perfect for you, but it may be perfect for me. And it's always going to be some type of flaw. So no matter what you get is what you get. So it's perfect for you. So that's a profit. I just started that out this year. I learned that I had the crafting hands. So I decided to put them to use. And I learned that people like journaling and people like little trinkets and people like, handcraft funds. And then I try to use those funds to sort of help with my workshops for Train Them Up, because I want Train Them Up to be free programs. I don't want no kid to feel like they can't attend because they can't afford to attend. So I'm going to do everything I can to make it possible that I'm going to do it the right way with the No Child Left Behind. I'm going to make sure no child is left behind, for real.
Yes, ma'am. So about your businesses, what business services do you provide?
Basically, like I said, the workshops for children. I'm really trying to put together an event for this summer where we want to have, they had something recently, something similar to that, but more geared toward our younger generation. Like I said, I work with the younger kids. I'm gonna lead them older kids to the other people, but okay, I was reading something, but anyway, so those services, just the workshop for your children, hopefully that eventually Train Them Up will be a more of a resource center or a learning center somewhere down the road. And somebody gonna donate me a building one day.
Yes, sir.
And they're gonna have a building, and they're gonna be able to come in that building, and they're gonna be able to get all the services they need, after school care, tutoring, whatever we need to get these kids moving right along and into that, like Dibble said, get them, ready for whatever it is that their heart desire to be. So, and then the other business is basically it's crafting. So you want something unique, I'm that person. I got a motto: if they can make it, meaning you can go to them big 10 stores, them big box stores. If they can make it, I can make it. Somebody had to make it. So,
can you give us an example of some of the workshops that you provide, as far as
I did it. So I did one for young ladies, for the little girls. It was called the Tea Party. Eat pink. Little girls eat pink elephants. Pink elephants are usually those obstacles that they may face while they're growing up, say peer pressure, bullying. And so we provided a great workshop with them where the little girls came dressed in their little tea dresses, hats. They sat down and we had guest speakers, young women that got up and talked about their experience on how they got to make friends and things like that. Then we did one for the boys. It was called Chivalry is Alive, CIA. We had my husband who was a deacon. We had the chief of fire department chief, the CEO of the YMCA, Andrew Gasson, where they were able to talk to the young men about respect, how to respect yourselves, how to respect your sisters, your mother, your other women, just how to never give up. So that was a great workshop. And then after that, COVID came. So we sort of.
Yes, ma'am.
But don't count us out. Don't count us out. We will be back. And I got something in the making, and my little brain is working up now. So don't count us out.
Yes, ma'am. So, Ms. Dimples, let's talk about your businesses and the services that you provide.
All right. So I have Taylor's Toolbox. And the reason I started Taylor's Toolbox is I felt like information and resources miss our community, right? There's a lot of funding, there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of stuff that's out there, but a lot of times the information doesn't make it into the community. So when I myself experienced unemployment in 2015, after being on the job for 17 years, I couldn't believe they let me go. I ain't gonna let me go. We gonna blow the building up.
Yes, ma'am.
But so I experienced, unemployment. I experienced trying to, apply for financial services or, for services and help. And I had to go to a lot of these social service agencies for help. The township, the food stamp place, so I got to experience all that stuff that I had not seen in forever, right? But there's also some new programs that I was able to kind of take advantage of because I pursued those opportunities, right? So I'm like, wow, if more people knew about this program that would pay their mortgage for 12 months, they wouldn't have to foreclose on their home, or they wouldn't have to try to get on a payment plan when there's money out there that can help them do that. So my plan was to create Taylor's Toolbox to be an information and a resource and a referral hub for these types of services. A lot of times people know where to go, but they don't know how to navigate the system, right? So if you go and you ask for a program and you say, well, I want to get in the program that Dimples was in, you don't know the name of the program, you don't have any information about the program, more than likely they're gonna look at you like we don't have that program, right? So some people just can't articulate what they want, right? So being able to help with that. So that is my goal, and that's what I've been doing the last 3 years, is trying to connect information, resources, and people. So one of the things that I was working on pre-pandemic was employment for ex-offenders. We all have people in our family that have run into some issues here and there. And the first thing we hear is that nobody's gonna hire me. The white man trying to hold me down, right? So I actually reached out to a couple of placement agencies that were given second chances, right? Where you don't have to lie. That's the worst thing you can do is lie. Own what you did, explain what happened, and I'm on a path to getting right with it. So I was able to kind of connect, some felons and stuff with people that's not gonna question them or look at them crazy about employment. So that was one thing that I was working on. The other thing that I was working on, like I said, was just information and resources. And then when pandemic hit, it was like, oh crap, the libraries are closed. So people that don't have computers and tablets, access to internet and Wi-Fi, how are they going to apply for all these services that went online? So me, myself, my sons got out our laptops. We're talking to people on our cell phones. People are stopping by, trying to get help and support. So that was the biggest thing that I think that we contributed to during pandemic, was helping people access resources, right? All of the pandemic services that you had to apply online. So that was a way that we kind of contributed. I was also able to get some funding to do rapid relief, right? So a lot of times when people went home on pandemic, now they're waiting on unemployment if they were displaced, and unemployment system was not prepared to handle the amount of people that they pushed through the system. So now you got this waiting period where you need gas money or you need, a car repair. So I was able to do some rapid relief to kind of give people some funds, financial funds to do that. We also offered gift cards to supplement food boxes. I didn't want to do food boxes because everybody was doing food boxes. Plus, I don't want to handle food. I don't want to deal with food. So I'll pair up. You go, here's, list of pantries, or I coordinate the pantries. And I would supplement with a $25 or $35 gift card because those gift food boxes were not culturally sensitive, right? So people in the lines for food was not just Black people, right? So we had Hispanics, we had Asians, right? And their palates are a little bit different. They may want to get tortillas or, whatever their cultural preferences are. Also, dairy was not included at the time. Fresh fruits and vegetables were hit or miss. So, and also household supply, feminine hygiene stuff. So I was trying to do things that other people weren't doing during that time. So a lot of money, effort, and time went to helping people apply for services and providing some rapid relief assistance. And believe it or not, a lot of people was not applying. I don't know if they thought it was a joke or a scam. So I was literally trying to give, because I can't keep it. I have to document and justify where this money went. So, it took a long time to get people to realize that this is not a joke. I want to pay your light bill. I want to help you out. And so those are some of the things that Taylor's Toolbox is doing and moving forward. Just like Alicia said, the things that I feel that our community is lacking is the financial literacy piece. So my program focuses on anybody that is high schoolish, to adulthood. I did some things with the seniors. My mom lives in a senior building, so she was able to help make the seniors feel comfortable that I was not a scam artist. So I was able to do a lot with the seniors over there. So those are some of the resources and tools that Taylor's Toolbox is looking to continue to provide, along with some other services.
So how would people in the community be able to connect with Taylor's Toolbox?
So we have the webpage is taylorstoolbox.org. So it's www.taylorstoolbox.org. You can email at info@taylorstoolbox.org as well. Or you can find me on Facebook, Dimples Freisen. I think I'm not the only Dimples, but the only Dimples Freisen. You can find me on Facebook, or you can just inbox the Black Girls Rock Lake County and say, hey, this is specific to Taylor's Toolbox, and, drop that information there because we monitor that as well.
I think it is so amazing because a lot of people were going through what you did in your company. That's just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
All righty. So you guys recently had a networking event. Networking with stilettos. All righty. So all righty. So how did this event come about?
Oh, child. Woosah. Okay.
Church fans.
We promised to keep this movement going, right? It wasn't one and done. We didn't want you just to come out, take your pretty picture, tell us about your business, and you no longer hear from us anymore. That was not our goal. Our goal was to continue this. Hopefully, to come up, and one of the voices we heard them say was during the photo shoot was that, can we have a brunch, a networking? They really enjoyed the little thing we did at the Grove, so they want to know, can we do something else? So Dimples was like, she reached out to me and she was like, hey, it's time, Black Girls Rock Lake County, we need to talk about business formation. I said, okay, we need a theme. Let me think of a theme. And I said, I'll get back with you. And then within a couple of seconds, I typed, hey, networking and stilettos. And she was like, yes, that's it. So because we knew what we wanted to do. And of course, stilettos give it they give us a little bouginess, a little class. People think of stilettos, they think of red bottoms and, whatever. Not that we was strutting around in stilettos, because it's been a while since I put on some heels, because I've been wearing tennis shoes for the last year. But anyway, and it was just basically about business formation. But Dimples, put together a nice panel of experts. You know, yeah, you usually can go to your local person to do your taxes, or your neighbor, or somebody that did it, but you want to give people the right information. You know, you want to make sure people are given the correct knowledge of business, what business there is. A lot of people just went and started an LLC. That's all I heard. I mean, I'm a tax preparer. I'm not no more, but I was a tax preparer, and I just noticed that whenever I did people taxes, they had businesses, but they wasn't running them properly. They wasn't keeping, accountability of them. They didn't understand that the selling the stuff was easy. It's being able, the accounting part was hard. So what we need a CPA, somebody that can tell them how to keep themselves out of trouble with the IRS, right? And how, we needed somebody to say how to track your expenses. We needed you to know how to do your structure. So we, Dimples took over that part where she connected. She's great at that. She's great at going out there, finding the resources and finding people. So yeah, I'm gonna let her take over about how she how she did her search for these experts and knowledgeable people to come to our event to give us this information.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much how it happened. The theme, the theory. And so what I found too is that the atmosphere during COVID, people sitting at home, idly doing stuff, or now they can work on other stuff. And that's what people have started to do, work on other stuff. But what they didn't work on was setting stuff up properly. So then we have the government saying businesses are hurting. We want to pump some money into businesses. Small businesses hold up 70% of the economy. So we need to get the small business back up and running. So all of these small businesses that were up and running are now not able to apply for government grants, low cost loans, because they don't have the proper business formation. They don't have an EIN number. They don't have basic financials to even apply for some of the resources that are out there, which was a problem. So that was definitely something that we wanted to make sure that we included programming for. The other thing that we wanted to make sure we included programming for was about credit, right? So you have your business and then you have your personal credit. Well, in order to get your business credit, you got to get your personal credit in order first, right? You should, because one piggybacks off another. So we wanted to talk about that. We wanted to, like Alicia said, engage with a CPA to kind of come in and talk about basic financials. This is what you need, So legal entity, right? Alicia pointed out, a lot of people are sole proprietors. What does that mean? What's the risk? What's the liability? Partnerships. If Alicia and I start a partnership, what does that mean? Is it 50-50? Is it 51, 49? Like, what does that mean? So having experts kind of explain why you don't choose something because it's floating on the internet. Start an LLC. Is that the right business structure for what you're doing? You might be safer just to be a sole proprietor, right? So what's the tax what's the tax liability on that? What's the risk associated with that? So it was important for me to bring people from those fields into our space, right? So that they can hear, like I said, directly from the experts. The other thing that I don't think a lot of people in our community are aware of is minority certification. That is a big deal. It's a big deal because businesses are looking to spend money with Black, LGBTQ, women, all these other ethnicities and disadvantaged groups. But you have to be certified by a third party. What does that mean, right? And then there's different agencies that provide that certification. You can self-certify through SBA, but a lot of companies, they don't accept self-certification. Also, you can spend as little as $50 or as much as $200. So depending on which, it's like good, better, best, right? You get the best, and that certification is going to come with maybe mentoring, some grant opportunities, some coaching. You get put into a database where now other Fortune 500 companies can find you. It's exposure. So you need to be able to, research and kind of disseminate what's going to work best for you. So it was important for us to give the people that came tools, resources, and information. And I think that we succeeded in doing that. I don't know. I didn't hear any complaints.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think we did awesome. I think the people walked away with some nuggets, you know, some real good nuggets. They walked away with some things that they can say, hey, I got to change things a little different. I know I did, because you know, when we had Tammy Moore do our session on credit, you know, a lot of times you think, oh, I know credit, just pay the bill, just do this, just do that. But it's more to it than what it is. You know, we got to understand it, just how, you know, credit originated, what they based it off of. So we got deep into it, and then, you know, to hear other people ask the questions, because not people like, I want to maybe one day purchase a home, or I want, like you said, business credit. I don't want to keep going in my pocket paying for my product and thing. I need to be able to get that business credit. And then I know for me, when I started training them up, it's a nonprofit. It was not a cakewalk trying to start a nonprofit. It was like, oh my goodness, they rejected me like 10 times because I kept filling the paperwork out wrong, but I refused to give up. So I talked to people. I went to agencies that had a nonprofit, and then I found out what I was doing wrong. So the day that I finally got that letter saying, your nonprofit is now accepted for government funding, I was like, you mean tell me that? And I go on this website and I see millions of government funding where you can get millions of dollars to run your nonprofit. And it's a grant. So it's not even nothing you got to pay back. But if you're not set up properly, or you're not set up, your structure not right, you're not going to get it. You're not management. So I'm saying those are things that we need to really know when we start that business. Really know what's commingling funds. Should I be paying my bills with the same money I'm paying? You know, no, you have to separate.
Leisha, you breaking up. You sound like a robot.
Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and move on with my next question. So one thing that I learned about with my experience with DECA, which is a business marketing organization, we learned that your network is your net worth. So I want you to express the importance of networking. I'll start with you, Ms. Dimples.
I always say network till your neck hurt. Alicia pointed out, I will talk to a tree. Because you never know who you need or who you can reference or pull from or glean from. Everybody has something to offer. A kind word. Sometimes you just need a kind word. So I network everywhere I go. It don't cost anything to speak. So my goal has always been to build my network. And I've been able to kind of go back and lean on, or, you know, go through my phone, or I don't have a Rolodex anymore, but, you know, go through my phone and, you know, pull upon some resources to kind of help. I don't burn bridges. And I try to leave relationships intact. You know, we can agree to disagree, and then hopefully we can kind of circle back. But networking is key. It's gold. It's gold, because a lot of times now the way to get a job is through networks. Yes, right? As Alicia pointed out, word of mouth, referrals. You know, the job I got because somebody physically walked over with my resume and was like, she's been applying for like 4 months. What's wrong with her? Right? So networking is valuable. And one of the things that we have an internship program now, we've been trying to work with African-American Black students and scholars to get them to understand how important networking is, how important internships is. Our kids will value a monetary award quicker than it will a networking or an internship with the CEO of a company. I mean, that is huge. So networking, I can't say enough about it. Shake hands, kiss babies, talk, share information, and then leverage each other. I hate rework. If there's already an organization, I had a great meeting with Dr. Mary. I think she's on the line. at NERCO. I had not been down there. I remember when they actually started up the organization, her and her team came out at Independence Grove. I had the opportunity to go do a tour. I don't wear wigs, but my wig was blown back. What they've done in that building over such a short time, the services that they're offering to the community, I wouldn't know this if we wouldn't network. We have to start talking to each other so we're not duplicating efforts. So that's definitely an area I'm not going to step into because I have a resource that's already providing that service. So networking is crucial.
So I know one thing for me as far as business and networking, I like a small little thing is GNAP, which is Greeting, Name, Association, and Purpose. I just love when people follow that because it's the easiest way to get your introduction there. So for example, like, hello, my name is Jordan. That's my greeting and my name. Association, I'm here on Radical Radio to host for tonight. You know, that's just a simple way to start a conversation. A lot of people are scared to network because they don't know how to start the conversation. So what tips and tricks do you have for people to start a conversation so that they can be great at networking?
I basically, you know, I'm a talker, so I probably wouldn't be a good person because I'm an extrovert. I mean, you know, but at one point I was that person who like, oh, I don't know what to say to them, you know. But I just felt like now, you know, the conversations are not that complicated. You know, you walk up to, you see a person, if they speak, hey, how you doing? You like, fine, how are you? You, yeah, I'm just on my way. I'm trying to do this. What do you think about this? You know, just find out where they're at, or, you know, just sometimes it's a small talk that leads to the big stuff, you know. So just start off with some small talk. It don't have to be about, you don't have to go in there like ready with this elevator speech like, hi, my name is Alicia, I have a nonprofit, I need sponsors, you know, I can just go in there and say, hey, I'm having a great day, you know, talk about my grandbabies, you know, like, you know, hey, I got these wonderful grandkids. They keep me on my toes. They energize me. That's why I like working with young people. And now they're looking like, oh, you do? Like, yes, you know, I love, you know, you just lead into that conversation. So, I mean, you'll know. People usually respond to friendly conversation, wherever it is, you know. But if you just go there and stand, and I mean, I think it helped a lot because I served on the school board. So we went to different, you know, conferences where you have to network to find out what is your school doing different than my school. What is, you know, how would I not know what to bring back to my school district and say, you know, they over here giving their kids fruit snacks and stuff in their vending machines. We over here giving our kids nacho cheese, you know. So it's like it's a matter of you can't find out if you don't know if you don't ask, and you won't know if you don't talk about it. So I just believe in work.
Yes, ma'am. So, Ms. Dimples, what advice would you give to young entrepreneurs?
My advice would be to find people that are successful at doing what you want to do. So I would connect with people inside and outside of your industry. Because again, if you don't have to reinvent the wheel, don't. You know, there's nothing new under the sun, right? So you can take that and tweak it and, you know, modify it. But for the most part, there's nothing new under the sun, except for, let me see, what's the guy that's going to the moon? You know, he's been doing a lot of, you know, creative things. But for the most part, I would connect with somebody that's already successful in the area that you want to pursue. But again, also talk to people that are outside of your craft, because different ideas and theories. So that's a good thing. And you put it down, put something on paper. It does not have to be the elaborate 30-page proposals, business proposal. Put an outline down, right? So you have an idea of where you're going. Capture what you're trying to do, document it, so you have a plan and a path forward. So those would be like two of the things that I would definitely recommend entrepreneurs. Put it down on paper, start talking to people inside and outside of your industry to get an idea of, one, is this definitely an area that you're into, or is it, you know, is it really of interest or something you just think might be nice to do? So also try to do things in your passion. that every day you get up, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to go be, work at Black Girls Rock, helping entrepreneurs, doing this and doing that. I have a gift of service. And I think it's because I am where I am because of social service programs. Somebody took an interest in me. I'm a welfare to work recipient. I can do it. You can do it too. I feel like that Everest commercial. But so those are a couple of things that I would definitely suggest for entrepreneurs.
What about you, Miss Alicia? What advice?
I totally agree. Connect, find your mentor, find somebody to work with. So, read. There's nothing wrong with, reading it. Hey, Google it, research it. I'm a researcher. You can ask me anything. I promise you. If I don't know, I'm gonna find you the answer, and I'm gonna give you I'm gonna say, well, I went on this site, and I know it's a credible site. I went on this site. This is what they say do. We're gonna learn it together. If I don't know it, or if I, like you said, I do resources for my agency that I work for. I don't know everybody, everything like them. I don't do it. So, but I know if I look into 211 or something like that and say, oh, they do that, then I'm gonna send you to go talk to them because they're the expert. I'm not the expert. I'm just gonna show you the yellow brick road to get there. But when you get there, you gotta be prepared to tell them what it is that you really want. I just also wanted to say that, one day I was in the fabric store and I was buying a bunch of pink, I don't know, what the tutus are made out of. I was buying a bunch of that, right? And the lady, she was standing behind me and she's like, wow, that's a lot of tulle. That's what it's called. And she said, what are you doing? I said, oh, we're decorating for my event, for my little girl's event. And she said, oh, really? And I started explaining to her. The white lady went on my page and donated a nice sum of money because she was like, oh my God, that is so nice. But I mean, I was just in the store buying some stuff and she was I could have been a snob and been like, ain't no real business what I'm buying, but I was like, but I wasn't. And her little girl was standing right there and I told her it's a tea party. And that's how she.
Well, I would like to ask another question. So, when will your next event be? Do you guys have a date set?
We do not have a date, but it's gonna be in July. Alicia, we need a date. So our next event, we will have the Director of Small Business Development. He will be in the building in person to talk up to the group about all of the resources available through Small Business Development Administration. They help connect you with SBA. They help connect you if there's still people that are interested in applying for the EIL grant, the Economic Impact Grant. So they have their tentacles in everything from startup to relaunching to scaling, as well as export. Export is a huge thing, right? So you can not only get US money, but you can start to export your products and get some of that global money. So there's a whole export division. So we are very excited to bring this information and this program into all of our Black Girl Rocks participants. So we just have to pick a day, Miss Alicia.
So will this be a virtual event, in person, or? So
in person seems to have the greatest impact because I'm telling you, Tammy Moore brought the house down being present and on site. Virtual, so we're going to do, the speaker will definitely be in person. He's already committed to that. So he will be in person. We did offer virtual and in person at our last event. Yes. Ran into a couple of technical challenges. We worked through it. So more than likely, we may have the option for our participants to come in virtually, but our speaker will definitely be on site and be present.
Yes, ma'am. So before we end out, is there anything that you'd like to share as far as your business pages? And again, just expressing the importance of Black Girls Rock Lake County and just asking people who have now joined or join later on and just let them know how to get connected.
So if I can just,
I'm gonna go real quick because.
Yeah, go ahead before we lose you under a bridge. Oh, we lost.
I'll be going.
You gone,
Y'all
Alicia.
got me? Okay. Then I'm gonna let Dimples go ahead and close it out.
No, real quick, I just want to say
But
that
I did want to give a shout out to Ladina. I want to say Radical Radio rock. I love her. I love her energy. I love everything about her. She was right there, Johnny on the spot for the first Black Girls Rock event. She's always encouraging me and motivating me and let me know what you need, Queen, whatever you need. So let me give a shout out to her. Y'all can always go to my Facebook page, Train 'em Up page. Train 'em Up has a page, and Perfectly Imperfect Boutique has a page. Feel free to reach out to me at Black Girls Rock. Let's keep this thing going. And yeah, not my ear buzzing. So okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I just wanted to real quick, we pulled this event together in about 45 days. And I want to acknowledge all of the people that kind of stepped forward to make it possible. So we had Horizon Benefit Services. We had RKF Global, Commissioner Richard Frierson in Zion, Lake County Housing Authority, the City of North Chicago. We reached out to many municipalities because we Lake County, right? So we touch in all communities, right? North Chicago really stepped up in a big way. So thank you to Mayor Rockingham, Deb Wazek over at the City of North Chicago. She printed all of our t-shirts, Caravana, the Inn, People's Architect Group, Lake County Sheriff, Sheriff Heidelberg, thank you so much. Electrolysis for You, Word of Life Ministry, Eye Candy Marketing, Crazy Howard for our interview and our commercial, A+ Events, and she's actually in Memphis. And then the young lady that actually designed all of our Black Girls Rock promos designs is Hudson Avenue Studio. So our intent was to try to use Black women for our Black business owners for our products and services, which we were able to do for the most part. So everybody, thank you. God bless you. And just continue being good and being intentional.
Yes, fam. I want to thank you guys for your sacrifice to, run this wonderful movement and the lives that you guys are touching, and the impact that you guys are doing for everybody in Lake County. Just not the women, like you said, for everybody as a whole. So I just want to thank you. Just pray increase for you guys for all of your labor.
Thank you, Brandon. You've been a phenomenal host.
Girl, his name is not Brandon.
Oh, what's his name? Jordan. My bad, Jordan.
She can't remember nobody's name.
I don't even know who Brandon is. Jordan, baby, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Jordan. You did a great job.
Thank you, guys.
You did a great job, and thank you guys for having us.
All right.
Nice day, Alicia.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And I want to thank Radical Radio for allowing me to be their guest host tonight. We want to thank the Radical Queen for trusting us in her absence.
Indeed.
And we just pray increase for you, for your sacrifice to do this every week. And just being able to bless every household and just touch lives and, help other people grow their businesses. So we just thank you so much, Miss Ladina.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hey dreamers, in this life, nothing is promised to be perfect, but with a little hard work and support, we can make it all worth it. Hi, I'm Maxi, owner of Eleanor Maxwell. We're a business support company, specializing in admin support for businesses, show production, events, and more. And guess what? I just self-published my first book, All My Broken Crayons Still Color, available now on Amazon. So, Eleanor Maxwell, follow, like, subscribe, all social media platforms. Let us help you blow through whatever it is you're going through.